It was definitely rough.
It was a rough scene. Well, I mean, if it's any consolation, the were-rats look a lot worse. So
I think every time we split the party or do something similar to splitting the party, or do some sort of search thing, we need to designate one of us to be in charge of the rear guard.
Yeah.
So we don't forget.
About that.
Like,
I thought about
all right,
that.
so and so, you got the rear guard, and
Yep.
whether your character's there or not, your job is to think about. Because
Good.
that's
Yeah,
the second
excellent.
time we've been. That's the second time we've been burned by
Yep.
forgetting about things, getting over focused.
Yeah, that was rough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining episode 24 of the Grey Brotherhood actual play campaign. 30 years ago, we were comrades at the West Point Wargames Club. Now we've come together again to play Adventure or Conquer a King system, Imperial Imprint, or ACKS II. If you're just now joining the campaign, be sure to check the description below for a link to the Annals of the Grey Brotherhood. Anytime you need a refresher, you can just follow the link to review everything that's gone before. We resumed the adventure at 2:20 p.m. on the 10th of the Netherland, 381 Imperial year. The Grey Brothers have just annihilated a pack of were-rats, but at great cost.
So as we continue to question the prisoner, we ask him, what is the urn outside of the temple room used for? Why is it free of dust?
He says, "That's where I got my sword."
You used it to bless the sword?
He says, no, the sword was in the urn. He's looking at you with some confusion.
I think I'll forget
Just
that
be
because
He
Maybe
stores it in the
we
urn.
can check the urn and see if there's some more elven swords in there, because
Yeah. All right. As a reminder, guys, the description was that the urn contains ashes. There is a 3-foot long, 2-foot wide spot next to the urn that is free of dust and filth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I mixed up the dimensions. I thought it was smaller. Okay.
So that's where he found. That's where he found the sword.
okay.
How do people enter? So we obviously came in through a different or obscured passage to get in the way that we came. Are there other ways to enter this area? The shrine.
He says there's secret doors. Yes. Most of us travel as rats through the rubble, but there are 2 secret entrances.
Show us.
Well, so I think now. So I could talk with the brothers. Should we try to make a deal with him? And the deal would be that we present that he owes us a blood debt for killing 2 members of the party. But what we can do for him, and he also owes us. So our ask for him would be repay the blood debt and provide evidence and notorious testimony against the Archmage. And in return for that, we cure him of his disease and we get him into the arena and we keep him out of jail, because I think that's how we get the payoff from him.
That does assume that he wants to be cured of the disease. You may like it. I don't know, but
Well, he is. It's
we can ask.
We hold some cards and he holds some cards, and so
right.
It's time for us to make a deal.
Agreed.
Yep.
Okay, what do you say to him? Because that was a private conversation amongst you guys.
Yeah, that was a private conversation. So I posed to him. I said, listen, we want to make a deal with you. You have some things that we want, and we can do some things with you. We would not ask you to swear allegiance to us. We know that that's probably a stretch too far. But I would ask you to swear allegiance to yourself, because a man that is willing to believe in his own special interests, we can negotiate and bargain with. Will you do that?
He nods. He says, "Speak plainly. I am Abimbola of the Ivory Kingdoms, and I do not know your sophisticated ways."
This is what we need from you. You will bear open and notorious testimony against your master. You will also owe us a blood debt for the 2 members of our band that you killed. Not for the others, just for those 2 that you killed. In return for that, we will cure you of the disease that currently afflicts you. We will provide legal representation to keep you out of jail. And we will present you as an agent through introduction to one of the Lannisters to get you back into the arena and be perhaps the greatest gladiator in Sifron.
He says, "What makes you think I want to be cured of this wonderful gift that the Horned Rat has given me? You don't understand the power of the rat side."
Because they won't let you back in the arena.
He looks down and he says, "Mentinus said there's no cure. Once you willingly accept the gift, it's not a disease."
Could you still compete and keep it hidden, or would it be known if you were to compete?
He says, "I'm in full control of my transformation."
But he's immune to normal weapons, so if he gets poked with a sword and...
Only in rat form.
Oh.
In my human form, I'm as vulnerable as anyone else. Well, that's not entirely true, because I am Abimbola of the arena.
You are of no use to us if we kill you here, and you are of no use to us if you end up in a jail cell. So if you would bargain with us, you will find us honorable and equal.
He says, "I care little what master I serve. The master I ultimately serve is Abimbola of the arena. I will happily speak to whomever you wish about Mentinus Cave, though I warn you, he will destroy you if you cross him. You would be best to pretend you were never here, take what you want, and go into hiding, or at least keep it to yourself. He is a vengeful and wrathful man."
Okay. Then, unless anybody's got anything else, I think we have a deal.
Sounds good to me.
The only thing I would add to that deal is that he's going to be the one that opens up the treasure chest and shows us the quarters of the guy that has the other loot. That's the only other stipulations.
But I think I want to clarify one thing. He only killed one of our dead. He killed Zeodana. Haraeus and Aguilar were both slain in the room further back, so his blood debt would be 1.
He took down him black.
You're back up though. I mean, I don't know how you would count that, but
Okay.
I got better.
yeah, he took down you and Avaro, but you both got better, so sort of.
Okay. So yeah, just a debt for 1.
Okay. So,
So what we will do is he is going to help us carry some stuff. He will naturally be disarmed, but as we exit the dungeon, or the sewer, he will not look as a prisoner to us. he will just look as a wounded member of the party.
Right. Right. Okay.
In manacles that underneath his cloak that that Arya has with her.
Okay. By the way, so I have a note that Zeodari was killed, Higlak lost 3 fingers, and then I have a note that someone was gruesomely scarred, but I can't read.
Scavenus.
Oh, and Avro lost his nose and got a cleft palate.
Avro was gruesomely scarred, yeah.
But yeah, and Scavenus got the puckering scar.
Yeah, minor scar.
Yeah. But critically wounded. I think he's the one who needs to be healed up within a day.
Avro.
I think he's that one.
Yeah, he needs a night's rest and magical healing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So getting the gang back together here. All right. So I think I have all of the party together at this point. And
Well, let's go to Turkinos's. We'll have him lead us to Turkinos's quarters.
okay, so right to the east here, east of Andravis, are Elbenbola's quarters. That's where you had the 2 jars of rare elven spices and the chest.
Okay, we will take that.
Okay, so all right, so are you opening the chest, or what are you going to do?
We'll have him open the chest. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so each urn has 800 gold pieces of spices, rare elven spices. The chest has 1,000 gold pieces and 4,800 silver pieces.
Okay.
Nice.
So that is 6 stone. So that's quite a heavy chest.
Is it lighter if we take it out, or is it? That's just.
No,
I mean,
the weight is the coin.
Yeah.
okay.
You know, and you don't really have anything else you could carry that much coin in.
All right, that's. Yeah, that was gonna be the second part of that question if on the first answer.
All right. Okay. So he says Turkinos's quarters are to the northeast.
Okay. We'll have him lead us there.
All right. Okay. So let's, for purposes of simplicity, we will go back to using Castinus as our figure. So Castinus, he leads you to the northeast. This is the direction some of the were-rats had run earlier.
Okay.
So easy here. Okay. And so now the group, you guys can all see this, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Turkinos's quarters, the walls of the room have been cleaned sufficiently to reveal a mosaic of violet and pink floral patterns from the old elven architecture. The floor, though grimy, is free of refuse and waste. There's 8 sleeping cots arranged along the west wall. There is a locked chest and a bundle of mink furs laid out by the cots. And there is a wooden door that looks to have been freshly installed that stands to the east. You can see the door.
We ask him what's behind the door and is it trapped?
He says, that is Mentinus's lair. I don't know if the door is trapped, but it's magically sealed. He's the only one who can open it, as far as I know.
Does the wooden door look like it can be chopped down or bashed in? Or would we know if it's magically sealed? That's not a possibility.
Let's see. Would you guys know? Let me think. So yes, Tyrenius would know because it's not especially powerful magic usually. A portal secured with such a spell can be opened by dispelling the magical seal upon it, or by breaking it into pieces.
And it's a wooden door?
It's a wooden door. It would take about 3 turns if you wanted to hack through it. It's a heavy, reinforced wooden door.
Well,
Might as well. I mean,
I'm inclined to, yeah.
should we
Yeah.
check it for traps first?
Yeah, have Skandara check.
Skandar, check it for traps.
All right, give me a blind trap check for Skandara then, please.
And she's got the fancy thieves tools. Should I add the bonus, or will you do that?
You can add the bonus.
What is that? +3? +2?
+2.
+2. Okay, just rolled.
Wonderful. All right. So Skandara spends, about a turn carefully investigating the door. She is confident that it is not trapped, but she can tell that it has been magically sealed. Nothing, not even air, is slipping past the cracks of the door.
Okay, so if we collapse everybody up into here, I will set down the lantern and take up the rear guard action as Piglack is probably going to be the one with the
Big
shotgun.
Mike can't. Bombor probably. Bombor is 16 strength, right?
Bomb can. Okay.
Do what?
Do the bashing.
Yeah, it's not dungeon bashing check. It can't be open with dungeon bashing. You literally have to spend 30 minutes hacking it with an axe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's so there's basically when you encounter a door that's sealed, so you can unlock it if it's a conventional lock, you can dispel it if it's a magic lock, and if those don't work, then you can hack it to pieces. If the door is just stuck, then you dungeon bash it.
All right, let's hack it up.
Yeah, we don't have any means of dispelling it, right?
So Raymond
Think we-
has counterspell, I believe, as a first level crusader. If he has any spell slots left, but I don't think he does have any.
I think he would have used it to save Zeodana if he did. So
Right.
Yeah. So no. So not right now. You do not know. So hacking through it is probably your best bet. So normally you wouldn't want to do so because it's so loud and takes so much time, but you seem to have slaughtered everything in the area. So
Let's just make sure that we've got some rear guard going, and we'll bomber and get to work.
I'll move Cassius here, who's going to be setting up the rear guard.
all right. While they are hacking through the door, you do have a locked chest. So you have 3 turns in which your thief could attempt to check for traps and open the lock if you'd like.
Yeah, let's sure. Do that.
all right, so I'll send the check for traps roll here. That's also +2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually +6 because you're doing it methodically. So
Oh, okay.
sorry.
I did +2. So I had one more.
Yeah. All right. The chest is not trapped.
All right. So now she'll pick it.
Okay.
Is that also +6?
Yeah, you'll be at +6. Yeah.
Is that blind as well?
Mm-hmm. No. That one's visible.
I'm beginning to remember things. Or at least I have to ask the question.
Okay, so 10 minutes of work have not yet gotten the lock unlocked, but you can try again with the last turn. You guys need to light new torches. It's been an hour. Okay, so that gets it. That gets it. So just as Bombor finishes hacking through the door, she gets the thing unlocked, and so now I've opened up the door for you guys if you wish to go inside.
Okay. Let's have Skandara just do a quick search. Or first, what's in the chest?
All right, so the chest has 2,640 gold pieces.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it possible? I mean, do the chests have enough room to condense the gold into one of the 2 chests?
Yes, you could probably pour all of the gold into one chest. It would then be a heavy 8-stone chest, so probably, you'd need 2 people to be carrying each of those, 1 person carrying each of the urns, and 1 person carrying the minks. Plus, you've got dead bodies you need to carry, so you're going to be quite encumbered. Because you
So,
have, let's
wait,
see.
so we-
So, because
yeah,
you
so-
have people that can actually carry things as Raymond, Andravas 2, Skandara 3, Toothy 4, Aria 5, Tyrenius 6,
9.
Bombor 7, Griffin 8, Castanus 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And so you need to carry, let's see, 1 dead body, 2 dead bodies, 3 dead bodies, and then 2 people on the chest, 5, and 3 urns, 8. So you're going to basically have 1 person who's not encumbered to watch over you as you travel.
We can also have Ebola carry one of the bodies.
That's right. You could have Abimbola carry something. Yeah. Okay. All right. So opening up the door reveals a thoroughly clean chamber furnished with a cot, a wooden table, a chair littered with books and papers, a small shelf with additional books, and an iron-bound chest at the foot of the cot.
Time to check that iron-bound chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to carefully check the books on the shelves and elsewhere and bring those with us,
Yeah. Probably
unless it's a large number.
bring as much as we can.
So the books look to be research notes written in a spidery, almost indecipherable hand. So you could spend some time. You could certainly take them out with you. That would take your last person's carrying capacity, or you could spend some time reading them here and try and tear out pages that are that you can actually understand or decipherable. It's up to you.
I think let's get everything. It's evidence at this point. Actually, it's probably evidence. It's probably evidence. Maybe it's just like gold pieces worth of Tyrenius's next library. So
Well,
They're also on the table, along with some of the journals is what looks to be a partial map of the sewer system. So that could be valuable to you guys down the road.
And
Yes. I will tuck that away so I can make a copy of that.
yes.
so Tyrenius is going to start just reading through the books while, since we're going to spend a little time trying to get into the chest anyway.
All right, Tyrenius. All right, so give me a roll for the find traps on the chest.
All right.
And I will.
On the way.
So Skandara finds that the chest is not locked or trapped, but it is magically sealed.
What can we?
So is this
Can we carry
another
it with us?
case where Bombor needs to, break the crap out of it?
You could do so, but that would, if there's anything fragile in the chest, it will destroy it.
We can take the chest with us.
Yeah, the chest weighs about 30 pounds if you want to carry it with you.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think take the chest with us.
All right. So you're after flipping through some pages of notes, you're finally able to find one that you can decipher, where the writing is decipherable, and it says, "We must steer clear of Faunus's undercity smuggling dens to the south, unless through the process of elimination I determine that the entrance to the Nether City is there. My power dwarfs his, but it is better to avoid the attention unless absolutely necessary."
Yeah.
That's interesting, but it's not necessarily incriminating, is it?
No.
It doesn't implicate him in any kind of a plot.
No, it does not. It's just
Is the scrawl? Is it in a foreign language? Is it magical? Is it Is it look like gibberish, or what is it?
no, it's written in common. He just has extremely bad handwriting. So it looks to you it would take probably 2 hours if you wanted to try and flip through all of the books and decipher what you could.
So can we take those books with us and the chest? And does that max us out with Evan Bullock carrying something, or are we over 1 at that point?
No, you guys could do that. You could do that. You'd all be encumbered and moving very slowly, and but you could do it.
Okay.
So remember, one thing that we can do is we can move back out the way we came and try to revive a couple of those workers with the staff. It's not going to be as effective as it was to begin with, but they might be able to help us too.
That's been several hours there.
Yeah.
They're probably gone. Yeah.
But maybe once we get out, we should exit near the plaza. Maybe we could hire some workers real quick. Hey, you, help us lug this chest. Did you say what the minks were worth? The value? I didn't catch that.
Oh, the minks. They are worth 600. Yes. No, 500. 500 gold for the minks. 500. Certainly valuable enough to want to carry with you.
Well, Castus, should we spend 2 hours here, or should we abandon the site?
I think we should get. Well, we can take all of the books with us? Yes or no?
You can.
Yeah, if we take the books, the bodies, and all the loot, everyone's carrying something, including Abimbola. If I remember.
Everyone's maxed out.
Everyone's maxed out. Yeah.
All right, we get the books, the bodies, and the booty, and we get out.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think we got a chapter title right there.
Yeah. There it is. There it is.
In that order.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Arrhenius has his priorities. Books first.
Nice if you put the body second at least.
Right.
Yeah.
You're inching towards lawful.
Uh-oh.
Had I chosen another path, we would have plenty of more porters available.
Oh, that's dark. Dark. Okay, so it sounds like you guys have a plan to just get the heck out of here. So all we have to really see is most unfortunate. Very sad, very sad. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to use, rather than take you guys out of this area and set up the whole new map and everything, we're just going to use this as the map of the sewers for where this encounter takes place. So you've pushed out and you're making your way back to the sewer grates. Go ahead and put yourself in the formation you'd like to be marching in, with this being the direction towards your escape.
I'm going to suggest let's go ahead and move Bombor to the front.
Probably, yeah, Bombor and Griffin in the front. Because there are two heavies that we have left.
Yep.
I can be right behind them.
That's just the beams.
Yeah. Where do I go? There I am. We want to have some people taking up the rear who are Hale. So maybe Raymond and Arya, perhaps. Does that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
We're going to take Lacquer bad way in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe Skandar next to Tyrenius, and then Toothy backing up the rear ranks.
Yeah.
Okay. And remember, no one has shields equipped, no one has any weapons equipped, and all of you are starting with a movement. Your movement is only 30 feet right now.
So the first thing everyone will do is just be like, drop your stuff and draw your weapons.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, hopefully.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, as you're making your way out of the sewers, a horrific monstrosity becomes visible to you. It looks like a giant centipede, but it's even larger than the largest giant centipede you've ever seen. And it is crawling along the ceiling. It has long, hideous tentacles that stretch out and drip with some sort of venom. Let's go.
What size? When you say it's monstrous, can you give is it 10 feet, 500 feet, 5 feet?
Can you not see it? It's on the map.
It's not appearing. Maybe it's.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Yeah, I was just slightly too far away. There you go.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, it's big.
Shai Halud.
All right, Skandara is up first.
So if she drops her loot, whatever she's carrying, and grabs her bow, can she shoot? Is that or is
Nope.
that?
No,
Okay.
no. Well, okay, so she could, I suppose. Actually, let me think about that. So, what is she carrying? You have to decide. If she's carrying one of the urns, she can't drop it because the urn would break. If she's carrying books, the books would fall into the sewers. If she's carrying a treasure chest, she could drop the treasure chest, but I think you have the treasure chest being carried by two burly men. So probably she's carrying a dead body.
Actually, I'd say probably she and Tyrenius are carrying the most fragile things because they're in the middle. So she's probably carrying an urn.
She's carrying an urn. Okay, so you'd have to carefully place the urn down with one action and then get your bow ready with the next.
Yeah, she'll do that.
All right, Arya in the rear guard.
Set stuff down. I think Ari has military oil.
Hey, so let me ask something before we get too far into this. So we're trucking along here, and then this monster shows up. Is there a point where we can yell "oh shit" and start yelling stuff to each other as we see this, or do we literally go into initiative order and you can't do anything until it's your initiative?
It literally just emerged into your torchlight, and we're rolling to see how quickly everyone is reacting to that. That's correct.
Okay.
I mean, you're
All right.
welcome to shout something if you need to, like a brief word or something like that. That's fine, but you can't give complex, detailed instructions.
Yeah. I'm not going to try to plan anything. I just had something I was going to say. The other thing is when we were searching, we never find military oil when we're searching, do we?
No.
No, you don't. You don't often find military oil. No.
Okay, because I feel like when we search the quarters, it seems like we would have found things that we would probably naturally pick up and keep since we're low on things like military oil. We just don't find things like that ever.
You sometimes you can, like you found military oil when you raided the hobgoblins, for instance.
Okay.
So you can. The wear rat equipment I already described to you guys. You had the guys with the robes, the gnarled staves. If they had military oil, they would have happily used it on you, but they didn't.
Oh, sure. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So Tyrenius yells, "Throw the bodies!" That's my gasp, like throwing them forward.
Throw them down.
Sacrifice them to feed this thing and run the hell out of here.
If this is where it's okay. Yeah, I've got an idea.
Are we in the sewers proper, or are we still in the rat warren?
No, you're in the sewers proper, heading towards the grate.
He's just using this map for expediency, which
I thought so, but I wanted to just clarify because that would tell me if there's other bodies nearby.
Yeah. So who's up next? Arya?
Military. She's got military oil.
Okay, so she puts down what she's carrying and she preps military oil. So she is now ready to throw on her next axe.
Yep.
Okay. Next comes Toothy Turno.
He is. I think he's got military oil too. Let me make sure. No, he does. Yes, he does. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to prepare for next turn.
Okay. All right. After Toothy, we have Andravis. Wow, you guys are a lot of sixes.
Question: can Cassius carry I'm just thinking about who's carrying what? Can Cassius because it might make sense that Cassius and I would be carrying the chest. If he can
Yeah, that
carry the
makes
lantern at the same time, can he carry the lantern and the chest?
No, he couldn't.
Okay, in that case, probably Raymond and Toothy were carrying the chest. I would say they're the burly guys, or Avro, probably Avro and Toothy, because they're in the back, would be carrying the chest.
Right.
And we're probably carrying bodies. Okay, because that makes a difference on what I'm doing. So I assume I'm carrying a body or something that can drop easily. I'll drop the body and fire off an arrow.
Okay, got it. So you just drop the body into the sewer, splush, and fire an arrow. So go ahead and make your attack throw.
It can't get any deader, so, you know.
No, it can't get any better. Yeah, the people in the temple are going to be like, this body is disgusting. What have you done with it?
And I whiff.
And you whiff. Okay.
Why is it
arrow
AC minus? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
The arrow bounces off its carapace. Okay. Very tragic. Next up is Bombor.
Bombor will drop whatever he's holding and ready his shield and mace and go full defense.
Full defense. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Higlak?
Higlak is going to stand there looking awkwardly because it's not much he can do.
Right, because he can't fight right now. Right. Okay, got it.
You can get a military oil from Arya, like maybe because I think
He's incapacitated, though. He can't fight.
Oh, okay.
He's incapacitated. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm barely holding it together here, people. Don't.
Just keeping his guts in, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The guy almost unseamed him.
Yes. All right. So next up is Raymond.
Okay, so Raymond will delay till after Tyranius, and what he's gonna do is he's gonna move up and take Tyranius's spot.
Okay. So Raymond is
Yeah.
delaying. Yep. Got it.
So what we'll do is if we can slowly get back a little bit, we can probably get more people into the fight, drawn into this area just a little bit.
Right. Okay, so next up is the creature, which advances down the hallway towards you guys and starts attacking. So let's see, Bombor, you have an AC right now of 9, and Griffin has an AC of 7. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good, actually. All right, well, we're going to start attacking. So 4 attacks on the dwarf, 4 attacks on the human.
Oh, my goodness.
So 1...
Nope.
2,
Oh,
3, 4.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Okay, so 2 hits on Bombor. And 2 hits on Griffin. So you each take 2 points of damage and need to make a saving throw versus poison, please.
For a minute, I thought you were
Here's
rolling
Griffin.
d20s for damage.
Okay, Griffin
So-
shakes off the creature's poison.
You took 2 points.
oh, come
Oh,
on.
God, Bombor. All he needed was a 9. Oh, all right. So Bombor is tragically paralyzed. Okay. All right. Oh, let's see. It goes to Avro.
Okay, so Alvaro, where he is, he can no longer fire his bow, right? Or can I, since
He's
it's
also
a giant creature?
incapacitated.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, because he was damaged.
Yeah.
I think he might need to start retreating. I don't know that I have any other options.
You can, retreat to the north.
All right. He's going to step over this way.
Okay. Got it. All right. Tyranius?
Tyranius is would like to get some step back, get some oil from Arya.
Okay.
Can I also throw it or not in the same turn?
Has she already lit it? Is that what she did? So you're stepping. You have to put down what you were carrying first.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you can step back and get the oil, but you can't throw it. Yeah.
I don't know if that helps if taking it from her or not.
I don't know.
Is Arya going to throw it on the next turn anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would throw it as well. So you could just light your own or something like that.
Can I get another one from her?
Yes. She's got another one.
All right,
You
I'll
can
do
take
that.
another one from her pack. Yeah. Okay. All right, and then Griffin, who is not frozen, so he can act.
He will. Oh my goodness. I think he's going to go on full defense. Yeah, he'll do
He's
full
going-
defense.
Going on full defense.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Works for me. All right. So next up then is the next round of combat. Okay, so the
Raymond will, he delayed, so he will move up here.
okay, Raymond, go ahead and move him up.
Oh, and does I think the staff can sometimes heal things like paralysis. So if he could staff bomber, he might be able to paralyze him. Maybe.
Yes, the staff can cure paralysis. That's correct.
Tyrenius reiterates, throw the bodies and run.
Okay, so it looks like it is going to be Avaro, who can't really do much, then Arya, and then the creature.
Chuck the oil.
Yeah, so I think Arya can move up to who's. I think I'll control Raymond and Arya.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she will make that. I think she's gonna make it. So she'll make a 10-foot move and then throw it beyond. I think the creature's big enough that she can throw it beyond melee range. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, she wants to throw it in the back hex of the creature, sure.
Okay.
Or not hex, but rather square. Yeah. Okay, how do we do? She rolled a 5, so she missed. So give me a scatter. 6 o'clock is the creature's butt. Noon is basically splashing on top of Griffin and Russell.
Okay.
Hit a side
Each
wall.
vault. Okay, so I mean, Noon was the creature's butt. So hits the side wall, splashes the creature. So it takes 1d3 damage. Okay. All right. So the creature is up, and what it does is it uses its movement action to pick up the paralyzed bombor, and then it, I guess. And then, so with 4 of its tentacles, it picks up Bombor, and then with the other 4 tentacles, it attacks Griffin again there. But it misses him all 4 times. The desperate young warrior fends it off. Griffin Russell, incredibly heroic, MVP. Okay. All right, it's over to Toothy Turino.
So he is going to do the same thing that Arya just did. He's going to throw the military oil long that he hit lit last turn.
Okay, do it.
We use all of our good hits against the rats.
All right. I don't see an attack. I see Arya again. So
I think that was the roll.
that was the roll. All right. That's another scatter. So give me the scatter. Okay, so that's not so good. So that's going to splatter on Bombor and the creature. Bombor fails to save automatically. So give me a D3 for damage. Okay. Bombor takes 3 more points of damage. Creature takes 3 points of damage. You can smell the cooking bugs. Smells kind of like lobster. Or shellfish maybe. Bombor cooking smells kind of like you think pork maybe.
Here, basted pork.
Surf and turf.
Yeah, so it's kind of a surf and turf vibe. All right, so next up is Skandara.
Now, he's a big enough target that doesn't make any difference in shooting in the melee, right?
Well, it would if she was able to be flanking it or something like that, but where the way she's positioned, she's shooting right into melee because it's literally holding one of your friends.
Can she shoot out the tentacles holding up the friend? Is that a possible shot?
So that would be a disarm, and so you would take a -4 penalty, and then it would get a saving throw to avoid being disarmed.
Let's try that.
Yeah. Okay, that's clever. All right.
Otherwise, there's no roll at all.
Yeah, basically.
She
Ooh!
doesn't have precise shooting.
No, she does not.
Oh, okay. All right, that's interesting. So then, well, I already gave the ruling. I didn't realize that she didn't have precise shooting. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I thought that was clear. But
no, that's fine. Okay, so great shot. Let's see what happens to it. All right, it makes the saving throw, so it does not drop your friend. But the arrow does pierce into its carapace, and the thing squeals in pain. Kind of, I guess, maybe not squeals. Maybe we should say it like hideously chitters in pain. Kind of horrific. All right, next up is Raymond.
Do we get a feel that this thing has been injured at all or not at all?
It's definitely been injured. It's got an arrow sticking out of its carapace, and 2 large flanks of its chitin are on fire. So, yeah.
Okay. So, well, I was going to say Raymond can go and take that place that Bomber, so he could like move into contact and go on defense. So not attack, move into contact and then defend.
Yeah, he could do that.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
All right, so Raymond moves up to where Bombor was, because Bombor is now here, and goes on full defense. Where is Raymond?
I just moved him up.
you've moved up already.
Oh, you just moved him up. Okay, perfect. Castinus, you're up.
Castinus will delay.
Castinus delays, okay. Bombor is paralyzed, so he can't do anything. Andravis,
I'm also going to try to shoot free Bombor.
you're going to try and shoot to free Bombor, okay? So you're at -4.
Because I'm very afraid he's going to eat him or something horrible like that.
Is Raymond holding the staff?
Raymond is holding the staff, yes.
Could you just run up? You took Bomber's place. Could you just run up and, lightly brush him with it while you're going on full defense, or do we have to actually invoke it?
You have to invoke it, yeah.
So I hit AC 5.
Okay, so you have struck it. Let's see if it makes its saving throw.
Let go of my dwarf. Yes.
All right, it drops the dwarf. He falls flat into the sewer. Okay.
He's still medium rare, though.
Yeah.
Just pull him free. If you
All right.
That's delayed. So
Raymond is up. All right, so Castness, you're going to pull him out of there?
I'm going to pull him back.
Yep. Okay. And Tyrenius?
All right, Tyrenius is going to throw some oil.
All right. Do it.
All right.
My goodness.
Oh, wow.
That's a good roll.
All right.
There you go.
Give me some damage there, D8.
Burn, rock lobster, burn.
All
3
right.
points.
Okay, the hideous chitinous centipede creature screams in agony. Its tentacles undulate as it writhes in pain. It is now on fire, so it will take damage again next round. All right, so that leads us into the next round. The centipede is declaring defensive movement.
Oh, nice.
So it's running away.
Yeah.
All right, so Raymond, you're up.
Smash.
Kill it!
Kill it.
Defensive movement different than a fighting withdrawal?
No, it's a fighting withdrawal. Same thing.
Raymond with the mace.
Ah.
Oh, he misses. Okay, so Raymond has a chance to smash it, but does not. Avro and Higlak are 2 wounded to fight, so Skandara is up.
Skandara is going to step up in front of Castinus, and then she's going to ready to shoot it in the back when it runs.
Very nice.
I'm learning.
Griffin?
Can Griffin also hit it in the back when it runs? Does I get a benefit? Or
So it doesn't necessarily have, since it's doing a fighting withdrawal, it doesn't necessarily have to turn its back to him. It can just back up.
oh,
So, but he could certainly wait until it does so to attack, or he could just attack now. It's up to him.
if there's no AC difference, then he'll just might as well just attack now.
Okay.
Let's see, he's got short sword.
There we go.
Oh, wow. All right. So just as the thing is about to fall back, Griffin launches forward and rams his blade into the creature's multifaceted eye and down into whatever ganglia account for its primitive brain. And it writhes, the tentacles undulate with one last sickening spasm, and then it dies.
I killed a demon, I kill you!
Oh,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Just real quick, a thought occurred to me. We did make a point to loot the cloak and the sword, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Tyrenius is already wearing the cloak,
Nice.
right? I assume.
Yes. Okay. Well, that went surprisingly well, actually, all things considered, for how badly that could have gone for you
That
guys.
I was very scared.
20 attacks, and I only got 1 paralysis. So, yeah, that could have gone a lot worse. After
like
that,
Griffin
you're able to get out of the sewers without any problem.
Should we heal up Bombor?
So yeah, do you want to unparalyze Bombor with the set?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw like Griffin's grown on me.
Yeah.
Did you see Balbor's like, what happened? And we're like, oh, nothing. It wasn't exciting. Don't worry about it.
Why am I burned?
Was it close? No, it was okay.
All right, guys. So you have made it back up to the surface and emerged in the old district. Let us see. It is 3:30 in the afternoon when you emerge. So let us see if your emergal out of the sewers attracts any interest. Fortunately for you, people assume you must be part of that dangerous thieves guild, and that the best thing to do is to not look at you. And so despite the crowded city streets, it's as if no one noticed you at all as you just sort of hike chests out of the sewers.
Everybody to the temple straight away.
Okay, so you're moving very slowly on your way to the temple, laden with loot.
And dead bodies.
So
If we see any, like, if there's any, like, do they have any things like taxis or like wagons, that we might hail along the way? If we see one of those, maybe.
no, there are no such thing as
Okay. I thought since they had fast food joints, they might have taxis too.
no tax.
Maybe like a rickshaw or something, or some kind of cart.
Yeah, the rickshaw wasn't invented until much later. In the Roman time, they did use palanquins, but they were basically, you would have your own servants carry go around in them. Yeah. All right.
Status.
So 2 minutes. So hard to move. Okay. So 4 minutes, 12 minutes. Yeah. And then they're moving at 1/3 speed, 12 minutes. So okay, let's see what, if anything, befalls you on the way to the temple. The luck of the gods smiles upon you guys. All right.
Or just the balance of fates. I mean,
Yeah. So you guys make it over to which temple did you want to go to?
Like moving through like some other company's like area.
I assume we were going to the big temple that Raymond introduced himself at.
Oh, the big temple. Okay, so the temple of the temple of the Winged Sun.
Yes.
All right, so you guys make your way over to the Temple of the Winged Sun. There's some raised eyebrows because of your Seward-covered forms, but no one seems to really want to mess with you about it. And you reach the temple safely, and the temple assumes that you're bringing a large tribute, so they usher you in. What are you guys going to do?
So Raymond, in his big voice, requests to speak with the two. I think it was the provost and someone else that we'd met with before.
Shouldn't we raise our dead first?
The patriarch, not the provost.
Yeah, the patriarch.
The prelate, rather. Yeah, the patriarch and the. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. He met the patriarch and he met the rector. Yeah. Okay. So he calls out to see if anyone is available. All right, let's roll to see which of the temple leaders is available to meet with you guys.
Take me to your rector.
All right, so Rector Drusus comes over, known as the Hammer of Aminar. He looks like a heroic statue brought to life, broad shoulders, strong chin, tan skin scarred by many battles, and he salutes with the R and salute to Raymond, and he says, "You look like you've just come off a battlefield."
We have. We must speak with you in private. We've discovered a great evil.
In the city?
Yes.
Come this way. Okay. So he takes you into a building on the side of the temple, and he says, "We can discuss it privately here." Brings it in, shuts the door.
So this is where we present him staffs, or some of the staffs, some of the cloaks, and some of the books, and we regale him the tale of fighting the were-rats in and the altar, the destruction of the altar, and fighting the were-rats in the sewer. We don't reveal yet that Abimbola is with us. He doesn't know. He's one of the one of the crowd.
Okay, give me a reaction roll to see how well he believes your story.
Not bad.
All right, 9. He says, That's something of an outlandish tale. Do you have any more proof than just some robes and staves you could buy in the market?
We show him the books, the pamphlets, the writings.
Perfect timing on Newton arriving.
Yeah.
Hey, Newton. All right, so he starts to flip through them, and he's like, kind of squinting. He's like, this writing is indecipherable. Have you found anything actually legible in this collection of trash?
We still have the locked iron chest, I think.
And we have our witness.
Well, let's go with and then we say we have this chest that needs magical opening.
He says, I'm prepared to believe that there might be some wizards acting badly, but you need to present me with more proof than that if you want me to believe that the legendary were-rat infestation has returned to the city.
Then I present you the were-rat champion, and I unmask him. Our prisoner.
Okay. And Abimbola says, this man speaks truth. And Rector Drusus looks at him and he's like, who are you? And he says, I am Ambola, champion of the arena. He says, and now servant of the horned rat. Rector Drusus kind of looks at him, and he says to Abimbola, so you are a were-rat? And he says, you could call me that. I am Abimbola. The rector kind of says, I think this might be above my authority in the temple. Let's take it up to the prelate Romus.
Okay.
All right. So he leads you over to another place, another house near the temple. Knock on the door, and door opens. A man, about 47, hairline receded like a glacier, eyes kind of dimmed. Looks like he's a little arthritic, and he says, Rector Drusus, what a pleasure. And the rector says, Prelate Romus, these adventurers claim that mages underneath the sewers have become were-rats, and that this is their champion. I don't know what to make of it. Prelate Romus says, oh, well, tell me the tale. And he turns to you, Castinus.
We regale him the tale. We show him the notebooks, the writings, and we also present for examination the iron-bound chest, or the iron chest, the wizard, the magically locked chest.
His eyebrows kind of go up, they widen when he looks at the spidery writing, and he says, you've done well to bring this to me. Leave this writing with me so that I can read it and fully comprehend it, and let's meet again tomorrow when the sun is at its highest. Rector Drusus says, excellent. Thank you for your attention, Prelate Romus. And he says, please, if you would, provide the writings to the prelate.
Castinus, I would like to keep some of these so we can continue to research and analyze them and understand them.
Yes, some of them for research also.
The prelate
Did
said,
not show them the map.
You didn't show him the map, no. He says, not to worry. I'll return them to you after I've read them. So the prelate says, I am a prelate of Aminar. Surely you do not question my integrity. You have brought to me what you claim is evidence of a great evil lurking in our city. I would appreciate if you would give me time to examine your findings.
Might we examine them together? I have reason to believe that one of the individuals involved is very high in my own order, and I have concerns over this.
He says, who might that be?
I don't want to name names until we can research this a little bit more in depth, and I believe the evidence will fall out in short order.
He says, so a wizard comes to me telling me that wizards are up to no good, and so therefore I should trust a wizard with the evidence. No, I am unpersuaded.
Will we be discovering it together? We would not be working at cross purposes.
He says, Drusus, remove these men from my quarters. Leave the books.
I think
What were the books?
So you guys discovered a bunch of books with cryptic writing in them in the sewers. And so you brought them to Rector Drusus. Rector Drusus was initially skeptical, but he decided it seemed important enough to escalate to his boss, Prelate Romus. And Prelate Romus looked at the paper, said, yes, this is very interesting. Leave them with me to read, and let's meet again at noon tomorrow to discuss.
Yeah, I guess Raymond would be, the prelate of Arminar speaks true. It would be wise for us to return tomorrow at noon when Aminar is at his peak, looking down on us all.
Yes, your wisdom speaks for itself.
Yeah, I agree. We have no reason. We're these are our friends, and we're suggesting mistrust. So I think that's the right call.
Agreed.
Yep.
But before we do leave the temple, we do need some healers.
Well, you've got two of the most powerful guys here, so they could do it.
Yes, we can ask them to say yes. In addition, can we seek your power and your assistance in our parish comrades?
He says, there is always a cost for such matters, of course, but I see you've brought treasure, so it shouldn't be an issue to make the appropriate donations.
Yes.
Did you know that if you make an NPC sound like Severus Snape, the players won't trust him?
Tyranius doesn't trust anyone high in the order at this point.
Zahak says, you are wise, master. None of these Empyreans are to be trusted. None of them. All of them betrayers of the true faith of the Chthonic gods. All right. So, who needs healing then?
I think are we decided, or do you want to take a vote?
I think let's just go ahead and resurrect the folks who need resurrecting.
Yeah, I think they are all worthy of it.
Agreed.
Okay, so you want to start by doing raising of the dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the two halves of Zeodana.
Yeah.
Well, we could ask the prelate if it's. I mean,
Do they pull together across the floor and rejoin?
Okay, so to actually to restore the dead, you will need to get Patriarch Arbiter. He's the only one powerful enough to do so in the Temple of the Winged Sun, and he can restore 2 people to life. If you have further need after that, you could also head over to the Temple District and talk to the Empyrean priestesses. Matriarch Andeme could also bring back 2 of the dead.
Well, then, while we're here, can we do repair disfigurement?
You can, you can absolutely do repair disfigurement, and so you could get 3 of those.
Okay.
I say priority for the dead are Heraeus and Zeodana.
Yep.
Agreed. And then in terms of repair disfigurement, Higlak would say,
And we got
All right,
Avro with
so-
his cleft palate. I think he's the only other one who needs it.
Prelate Romus says, the Patriarch Arbiter is very busy today, consumed with duties to Aminar. I would recommend you bring your dead to the Temple of the Empyreans for help. Rector Drusus says, I just saw Patriarch Arbiter over in the solar, and the prelate sends him a very stern look. He says he is not to be bothered with this.
Even for a loyal blade dancer.
The blade dancers
And
belong to the Temple of the Empyreans.
And a paladin.
Rector Drusus says, a paladin of the Knights of the Winged Sun ought to have the right to be restored by the Patriarch, don't you think? And the prelate says, don't argue with me, Rector. We are an order of law and hierarchy, and I have spoken.
Gosh, says I'm really disinclined to go along with what this gentleman keeps pushing on us his own way. I feel like we're going out of our way to provide him with everything that he asked for, including payments, and he's very inflexible, don't you think? Then I look at him darkly.
And he says, you mistake inflexibility for strict adherence to law and protocol, as is proper for a priest of the god of law.
Well, we'll get no further here, so we might as well begin trucking.
yeah.
Even if it does mean we lose Aguilar.
So we're not going to heal anyone here then?
Now we can do disfigurement here, can't we?
You can do disfigurement here, yeah.
Yeah. So Higlak and Avro.
What's the
There-
time cost for bodies? Is there a time cost in hours, or is that just begin with the first day?
It's measured in days, not hours, for raising the dead, yeah.
There's one more place we can try after here, I suppose, but
What's that?
there's the Temple District.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, is that so what happened is the prelate Romus, rather than go bother the patriarch, who's 100 feet away, said to take the body to the Temple District instead and donate to them to restore them to life, and not to bother the patriarch with this until he's had a chance to review the material.
Drusus, I'm sure you would be happy to assist us by providing a cart or two so that we can more easily transport our fallen comrades to someplace more suited for their resurrection.
He looks over at the prelate and he says, with your leave, prelate, I will assist them in this so that they can bring their fallen to the temple and we don't disturb the patriarch. Yes, very good. Yes, you have my leave. Help them bring their fallen to the temple. I will begin to peruse these obviously important documents right away.
And as we leave, we say, we thank you for your consideration.
He says, no, no thank you is needed. I merely do my duty as a priest of Aminar.
We don't say that. Castness might say that. We all don't.
Yeah. Go Tyrannius is like, what's this we, Kimosabi? Okay. So, Drusus kind of takes you out, and you can tell that only his rigid discipline as a priest of the order is preventing him from being very grumpy. And he says, bear with me a moment as I go into the Solar Citadel. I'll find a few of the Hospitalars to help you bring your friends, your fallen friends, to the Temple of the Empyreans. I would, of course, be happy to repair disfigurement on any of your men that need it. It is a 185 gold piece donation per each casting.
Okay. We'll do that for Higlak and for Avro.
Okay. So that's negative 370. All right, so let's roll first for Higlak then. So Higlak, you're rolling for tempering with mortality. You are an adult. Spellcaster level is 7, so that rounds even. Temple of his god, so that's +6. You've lost 3 fingers, so that counts as a hand, so that's +5. You're still alive, so that's +10. You have no current side effects. So you're rolling D20 +10.
D20 +10.
Yes. And what alignment are you, Higlak?
I am presently lawful.
Lawful, that's right, you converted. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's about 10.
All right, give me a D6.
This is-
Oh,
my God.
Well, look, our great luck continues, I see.
All right. So the restoration was intense, and you remember very little of the ordeal as the magic courses through you. It's going to take you 2 weeks of bed rest to recover, and as you kind of look down at your hand where the 3 fingers have regrown, it kind of moves on its own accord towards your weapon, and then you restrain it from doing so.
Okay, that's okay. I can handle it needing, to get to my weapon more often. All right.
Oh,
his blood drinker organism.
It feels like another being sometimes controls you. When you roll a natural 1 in an attack throw, you hit an adjacent ally instead of an enemy.
Oh, how often is that going to happen?
It's the most fantastic possible outcome for a berserker.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You and blood drinker are gonna, your head and blood drinker are gonna
Oh,
along just
God.
fine.
Oh, this is not going to be good.
All right. So next up is Avaro. So Avaro is disfigured. Otherwise, it's the same. So he's also going to be at +10.
Hey, bro.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Tough rolls in the
Okay.
temple today.
All right. Give me a D6 for Avaro as he works to repair his face.
That's better.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So Avaro actually feels blessed by the gods. Give me a roll, another D6.
What's up, bro?
Okay. So if Avaro had any negative side effects from tampering with mortality, they would have been cured. He will be back in action in 2 weeks. No new side effect. He is no longer gruesomely scarred. His face is back to its handsome form.
He smiles broadly. I can smell again.
All right. So let me allocate your XP for a moment. I'll give you guys, I need to do a little bit of math, so I'll give you guys a moment to talk about what you guys want to do next.
Alex,
No?
Yeah.
yeah, don't we need to get some folks res before we allocate XP? Don't want
No,
them to
the
miss
dead
that.
still get XP.
Okay, cool.
So I think we go to the Temple District, take care of Haraeus and Zeodana today.
And it might be a good opportunity to recruit if we can, because that's what the Temple District is where the other orders of the Imperial faith are.
It's true. And you can do some politicking there, Newton. And then, I think the rest of it, that's probably going to get us close to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Then the next morning we recover. Cassius can maybe start doing trying to get some purchases done in the morning. Then we go back to this temple at noon. And
I think the next thing that after we get all this stuff done is tonight we go back to the Mink and we have a meeting with Liber Faunus, the map, and Avimbola and Elven artifacts.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to deal XP. You ready?
Ready, Freddy?
Boom.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, big
not bad.
XP gain. Let's see if anybody leveled up here.
Oh my goodness.
So let's see. Andrabus. Not
Griffin
yet.
leveled.
Arya.
Trace, I think you leveled.
I think so.
Balmore, not quite. Castinus closing in. Griffin. Yes, Griffin leveled. Yes. And Tyranius. Yes, Tyranius, you have leveled up to level 4.
I think Horace says if he survives too.
Oh, nice. Does he? Let's see.
Or just about.
No, his level number isn't flashing. So I
Yep,
think that's
he needs. I think he needs 5,000 something. So he's really close. All right, so Tyranius, let's do your level here. You're now level 4, and
This is good.
This is really good.
Yeah.
so go ahead and roll 4d4 for hit points.
Okay, hang on.
oh my goodness.
Wow, really?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, 13 hit points. Okay, that's big. You have a lot of hit points for a 4th level wizard.
You have as many hit points as I do. and I got extra die level and con bonus. That's not.
Yes.
Please put the front rank.
With a week of downtime, you can also learn another 2nd level spell.
It's awesome.
So, Trace, I think that gives you 2 level 1s and 2 level 2s.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's powerful.
I kid,
think
William.
I'd
That's so
also-
nice.
I would also like to try to have some downtime to do some more studying and gain another level of healing at some point.
Yep.
I think that's a future thing.
You have at least 2 weeks of downtime you have to do. So, okay. So
roll
heading
for
over
Griffin?
to, yes, Griffin.
No, he's average. He went up 1 point.
Oh well. He's like, it figures. I wouldn't get that many hit points. It's kind of typical. Killed a demon.
He's like stuck again.
Still no respect. Okay, so let's see if anything happens to you guys on your way over to on your walk over to the Temple District.
I want to make sure that we thank Drusus profusely as we leave.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a stand-up guy. So
He says, of course, I apologize that the prelate came off badly. He's a difficult man sometimes, but I believe his faith is strong.
Tyranius thinks about slipping him a gold coin and saying, "Give him some emetics or something in his drink." Master needs to be taught a lesson. But I hold my tongue.
Yes, no, it's true.
micromanaging bureaucrat. That's all it is. or worse. We'll find out, I guess.
Teaching the meaning of toilet paper.
So you guys are making your way through so you cross over the bridge, and then you kind of, make your way down the broad avenue, and then begin to make your way through the thieves' quarter of the old district to head towards the temple district. And You are walking alongside on the avenue near the Thieves' Quarter when a shabbily dressed man clutching a large sack darts out of an alleyway, runs past you across the avenue, and ducks into another alleyway. And he's just vanished out of sight when a member of the City Watch emerges from the first alleyway and halts in confusion.
Does this
I feel like Sergeant Schultz. I see nothing. I know nothing.
Okay. So none of you guys say anything? All right. So the city watchman looks around and goes running down the street in the wrong direction.
I was very torn. You know, my lawful nature wanted to say he went that way, but he might be part of their Grey Brotherhood. We don't want to get on their bad side, but we want the stupid watch to stop picking on us. So I want to be on their good side.
Okay. So you guys continue on your way, and a few minutes later, the shabbily dressed man approaches you from another alleyway, and he holds up his hand, and he says, "Thanks."
Say, well met, citizen. Who are you?
He says, "Zeodik, I was in a little trouble there. I have friends that would be grateful that you aided me. What's your name?"
You're the Grey Brotherhood.
I'll be sure the Argolian family knows you understand who runs the old district.
All right, at least I knew it.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
He says, if you go to the Mink, tell them you're a friend of Zeodik.
We are staying there tonight.
Awesome.
All right. So you guys continue on your way, and all right, into the Temple District. All right, so all right, so the Temple District encompasses the entire southeast portion of the city. Its borders are marked by the Kestevote, which is South Street to the north, the Imperial walls between the Pilus Gole East Gate and the Pilus Stodia Watchful Gate, and then the old walls to the west, where Pylos Nymphae connects it to the Lake District. And so you guys have arrived. So you guys have arrived along the Boulevard of Icons, which is, this is a stretch of the Kesta Tuadoran that is packed with dozens of shop stalls and stands that sell religious trinkets, paraphernalia to local congregants and visiting worshipers. And this is where you would come to purchase holy symbols, holy books, medicinal herbs, fragrant oils, incense, bouquets of fresh cut flowers, baskets of fruits. You can also get doves, calves, kids, and lambs here for sacrifice to the local augurs, the soothsayers, and petitioners.
And just as a clarification, Alex, I assume you mean kid goats, not
Yes, kids,
okay.
goats. Yeah. And the Temple of the Hearthfire is right here. So it's this kind of oval-looking building that you can see right there, south of the prefectural palace.
I bet you Priestess Jenlyn brought the tablets to this location because this is her order. So we may have some good ends here as well.
So the Temple of the Hearthfire here is built of concrete masonry. It's faced with fired brick, and it forms an intricate pattern of repeating seven-pointed stars. Its imposing narthex opens into a great rotunda with a capped oculus at its apex that allows the smoke of the sacred fire to vent. The perimeter of the rotunda has 7 apses, each containing a marble altar dedicated to one of the 7 Imperial gods. And the altar dedicated to Mitiara has the central portion opposite the narthex. The rotunda as a whole is illuminated by an eternal flame that rises from a brazen brazier at the center of the rotunda, directly under the capped oculus. And as you enter, you can tell that you are in an illuminated pinnacle of good. There are about 12 priestesses here that look to be working to maintain the sacred fires and talk to petitioners. And let's see. Yes, and as you enter, from stepping out from the apse of Mitiara is a woman in the white robes of a matriarch. Okay. And Rector Drusus says, I will leave you in the capable hands of Matriarch Ondame. And he bows to you guys.
Oh, Drusus actually went with us?
Yeah.
Wow, he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Indeed, he is.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a little concerned that you guys didn't turn the thief into the city watch, but you know he also understands that discretion is a part of valor.
No more encounters today.
Okay, so the matriarch approaches you. She's wearing a headdress that looks of silk, which looks highly valuable. It's adorned with silver and jewels, a white silk chiton, a gold silk sash, a white cloak, and high leather boots. She is an ageless beauty. You know, she must be in her 40s to be a matriarch, but she's quite lovely. She has long black hair and brown eyes that seem compassionate. There is a faded claw scar visible on her throat from some youthful adventure. So she says, "How can I help you?"
And we tell her the story, a summarized version of it. We also mention our relationship with the temple in Syadonis, and we come seeking their healing ability for our fallen comrades.
Okay, what do you tell her in terms of specific details about what you've just encountered?
We just said that we've encountered evil in the sewers of Sipharon.
Okay, so not too much detail, just kind of speaking broadly.
Yes.
And then I guess we should also highlight that the 2 fallen are, and the 2 that fell heroically while combating this evil. One, Diodana, the blade dancer, and the other, Horaeus, paladin. Both would have been at home here in the Temple District.
She says, well, actually, that's great that you mentioned that. Go ahead and give me a reaction roll. You can add your diplomacy bonus and charisma bonus.
Why don't we mention Priestess Jillian and the Holy Tablets?
Yeah. Well, I said we mentioned our relationship with the temple in Annals.
So did you want to mention that you were the ones that found the holy tablets in the buried temple of Saqqara and sent them up with Priestess Jillian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Her eyes light up when you say that. Go ahead and make the reaction roll. This is basically anything but double ones.
I'm not rolling.
Oh, come on.
You'll never see that.
We beat the odds.
Oh, actually, it's more than 12, right? Because your charisma is what, +2? And then your diplomacy is +1?
Yeah, 11. Yeah, good roll. Good roll. Okay. So, Yep. Okay. So she says, "Oh, you're the Grey Brotherhood, that's been fighting the evil in the Via Spen Forest."
Yes, the same.
She says, "I don't suppose in your adventures in the Via Spen Forest you ever found a shrine of the White Lady there?"
Yes.
I give her a smirk and say, could you be more specific?
She says, I can't go into details due to privacy, but I have a friend in need, and there's rumors of a shrine to the White Lady deep in the Via Spen Forest that can heal those who have suffered grievously from tampering with mortality.
Priestess, I think we do have much to discuss after we take care of our friends.
She says, of course. Let me help your friends first then. Okay, so
Did we catch her name?
Andame. Yeah. Okay, so let's do some tampering with mortality checks. So she is level 9, so that's a +4 bonus. You are in her temple, so that is a +6 bonus. Has not been a full day, so no penalty. Let's take a look at, we'll start with Zeodara. She kind of looks at the body of Zeodara. She says, I don't think I've ever seen a blade dancer dressed in the garb of a priestess of Nazca before.
It is a trophy.
Day.
It is a trophy won from the enemy, now used for the purposes of light.
She says it's definitely got purposes. All right, so Zeodana was killed and lost her legs, as I recall. Her legs and body were so that, yeah, spine severing. So that's a -5 penalty. So it's overall going to be a +1 on the D20. So this is a high risk roll.
She did not die instantly, though. I remember we had a chance to save her.
It's -10 if she dies instantly.
We barely
Okay, so-
escaped that one.
So,
All right.
so what's the roll again?
D20 +1.
Come on, Newton. We may have reason to go to the Shrine of the White Lady ourselves.
Right?
$11. Okay, and give me a D6.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot better.
Oh, rough. Okay. So that is a rough side effect for Zeodari. Connection to the divine has been lessened on the way back. She can cast 1 less divine spell level per day, and her wisdom score is reduced by 1d3 points. So let's roll that wisdom.
Ooh.
That is rough.
Well, that can be restored at the Temple of the White Lady.
Shrine of the White Lady.
The White Lady.
Has Zeodana has never had she's never used it, has she?
I don't think she was with us when we went there.
All right.
Yeah, I know she
So
was.
go ahead. Well, go roll. Oh, man. Okay, so she is reduced to literally the minimum will necessary to still cast peripheral magic. Wow.
Okay, yeah, we need to go there, which means that we have a double purpose if we want to help
Okay.
the matriarch.
All right, let's turn now to Horaeus. And so he is going to be at a +4 on the die.
Okay.
Let me check actually his will. He might be a little bit higher if he has a good will. Let me see. Nope.
I do like a
+4.
cost benefit
Roll
analysis here.
D20 +4.
Yep.
Okay.
17. Okay, give me a D6.
It's not bad.
Okay. All right. So, he's brought back after some substantial effort, and he's definitely changed a little bit. He soon discovers that he's become an ascetic who takes no pleasure in the appetites of the body. Food tastes like old porridge, and ale drinks take like vinegar. He now suffers a -2 penalty to poison saving throws because he can't really tell it's poison.
That can also Shrine of the White Lady material right there.
Is he also 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yes. So you will all need 2 weeks to recover.
And we probably need to, and not that I want to roll this, but we probably need to go ahead and roll loyalty checks on both of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
after you do the distribution of income, yeah, there's some loyalty checks we got to do. Okay. So you still have Aguilar is still dead, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So you can roll for him tomorrow if you'd like. He will be at. We can go ahead and roll for it now if you want. He'll be at +4.
Okay. Should we take the vote? Vote on him? Aguilar?
I'm willing to save him too. He's been with us for a long time. But
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'll take. I mean, we can have negative votes if we want to, but.
Yeah, I'm in favor. Let's do it.
Okay.
As all the people on Discord are going, why are these people blowing all their money resurrecting henchmen?
Yeah, they get really upset about it. All right, so it's going to be 2,700 gold pieces from you guys. So, basically, you can just pay with that chest, which is 2,640 gold pieces in value. So you just give that to them, and that covers the cost. All right, Aguilar, give me a roll. D20 +4.
All right, here we go. Oh, that's not the best.
No, not the best. Okay, and Aguilar is lawful. That's a 12. Give me a D6. 4. Okay, so Aguilar, everything seems brighter and louder before. If a loud noise or bright light occurs in battle, he has to make a paralysis saving throw or be surprised for 1 round. So he basically has a very bad startle reflex. Probably also a good one to go see.
2 weeks rest for him as well. Well, 2 weeks in a day since he's a day later.
Yeah. Yeah.
When does a loud noise not occur in battle?
Yeah. It's not great, particularly on battlefields with artillery and things or high spells.
Good thing we don't know anyone who has thunderclap.
Good thing we don't know anyone who every time they talk is really loud.
No, it does say very loud.
It does say very loud.
Moving voice.
That's right. Every time Newton talks, Aguilar is like, oh my God, what's happening?
Somebody shut that bastard up.
All right. So we have about 30 minutes left in the session because it's 11:30. So so you've got the priestess here. What do you want to talk to her? Do you want to tell her about the knowledge of the shrine?
Well, let's hear what she has to say. In a more private setting.
Also, I mean, I think it might be worth sharing with her that we're very concerned about the sanctity of this location, that it could be defiled. We trust the temple. We don't want to say anything like that, but we also are very concerned about, how many people know about it.
Yeah.
And then we'll be happy to take that person ourselves.
Well, you guys gotta tell me what you want to tell her and what you don't want to tell her. So it's up to you.
First, let's privately talk and say we want to hear. We're interested. We've seen many things. So we're interested to hear your story.
So
she
we're talking privately. Are we? Did you say we're going to step aside for a minute, Cassius?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we seek protection from the temple? If we wish to stay here for a time, I'm greatly concerned over our enemies in the tower.
Yes, so we can share. That's an excellent point. We'll need to stay here and rest for a while, anyways.
Right. we could perhaps talk about setting up a mutual assistance trip to this to the Shrine of the White Lady, if she has any retainers or anyone else or guards, personal guards that she trusts. We could look at that like a couple weeks out,
Yep.
unless we want to take the suggestion of just taking that person ourselves. But I feel like she's going to want to see the place for herself.
I mean, yeah, that's it'll probably be that.
And Drusus is still with us as well, right?
No, he left.
No, he went back.
One side note: whenever we head back towards Ciudadanos, we did make that agreement with that merchant. We would carry their cargo as well,
Yeah. Yep.
which shouldn't be a bother, but it's one thing we just need to remember.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys need to tell me what you're willing to tell her and what not. What do you say?
So is that our next move then? Or do we want to agree to undertake a trip back that direction in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks?
Well, we should probably take it before winter, because it's getting to late fall now, and if we're gonna, I would kind of like to see what happened at the temple, but in Saqqara also see what new things have come there. But yeah, this might be our next mission.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Okay. So what do you guys say?
So in a private setting,
Yeah,
say,
she's happy to speak to you in private.
okay, say yes, we have uncovered the shrine, and members of our group have benefited from the waters of the fountain.
She looks over at you.
We know we've seen the location. We've been to the location, and I myself have been cured because of it.
She looks over at you, Raymond, and she says, "Do you swear this to be true by the holy light of Aminar on your faith as a priest?"
I do.
She clasps her hands together and she says, "The gods are good." How much do you know of the political situation in Sipharon right now?
Not much. Other than some comings and goings of the things in the underworld due to our work in the sewers.
She says, so as well as you know, the prefect of the borderlands is Justerius Tavicus Basilio. You might have seen him speak in the past, or I'm sure you at least know his name. Most think he rules Sipharon, but for the last 6 months he hasn't. You see what happened? 6 months ago he fell from his horse during a day of pleasure riding with his wife, and the fall snapped his neck, killing him instantly. His wife, Lady Serena, is my close childhood friend. And she came to me in her grief, and she begged me to restore him to life, even though it had been over a day and his neck was broken. Foolishly, I agreed, and I brought the prefect back to life. But he came back a madman who hears whispers from beyond the grave. And since then, he shuffled around the palace with madness in his heart. My only hope is that if we could bring the prefect to this mythic shrine, he might be cured by the grace of the White Lady Mitiara. And in this way, I could undo the harm that I've done to the city, and it could regain its leadership, which otherwise I feel will fall into the hands of Councillor Dracomir. She said,
Dracomir was.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Dracomir was the lady that was met at the bath. That was Lady Dracomir, I think. The daughter.
Yes, that was the daughter of the counselor. Yes, and she was very full of herself. Yes. She says, would you be willing to take me, Lady Serena, and Prefect Basilio to this shrine?
That's pretty big. I say yes. I mean, we need allies, and we've gotten along very well with the priestesses of Mitiara, and I'd like to have them in our corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would they have any trusted men at arms that they would bring with them? Perhaps one or two to help keep an eye on them and protect his lordship, the counselor.
She says, if you think it would be helpful, we can bring members of the Prefectural Guard, yes.
What we do not know the machinations that are going on. Who's working against the prefect? Or is there anyone working against the prefect?
There are suspicions that the court magist Essier is the one who's actually running things. That's what Serena believes. She doesn't trust him. She considers him unscrupulous. Then there's a rift in the council, which used to be kept under the thumb of the prefect. The Amadors and their allies continue to be loyalists, but Councillor Dracomir is the nephew of Exarch Dracomir, who rules southern Argyle and is filled with ambition. If the prefect were to be removed from office for his madness, Dracomir would certainly be appointed to take his place, and then all of the borderlands would be ruled by that family. With our emperor missing in Skysostan, I fear unrest, and I fear the worst.
Is there risk for for the prefect to be absent from Sifron for, it may be as long a month or more?
A month to get to the Viespen Forest?
Is that...
At least say it'll take us.
Yeah, what was the travel time? It's like
It'll probably take us at least a week and a half to get there. Another week and a half back.
Yeah.
She says, you're right. You're right. Of course there's a risk, but is it a risk that's worse than a mad prefect?
This is
Fair point.
Yeah.
It is fitting that we learned of the location of the shrine when we did, because now we can do a service for the city and for the empire.
You would be doing the city a great service, yes. Yes. You said something about needing accommodations. Did you wish to stay at the hospital? Well, the hospital of the keepers is, of course, available to you. Or those of you who are in a healthier state could stay at the barracks of the Knights of the Winged Sun.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She says, well, I can have aides bring your wounded to the hospital then, and we'll arrange for quarters for you in the barracks. They're sparse, but they'll have what you need.
With that in mind, it'd be about 2 weeks before we could set out.
That's right. Yeah. She says, I will speak to the Lady Serena in private and tell her to prepare for a trip in 2 weeks. We'll need to have some cover story.
What has the councilman been doing in the meantime if he isn't in his normal state of mind? How have things been proceeding?
No, the councilman is sane. The prefect has not been in his normal state of mind. He has deferred authority to his magist and his wife for the most part. That's why the council is growing so suspicious.
Well, one cover story could be we've already made an agreement to carry goods down to Ciudadanos for one of the merchants, and we could stow the prefect away in amongst the goods that are being carried.
She says, I don't think the prefect would agree to such skullduggery, but I will speak to him. He is a proud man.
Understood.
Can the prefects travel?
Oh yes, he's whole of body. He just is constantly plagued by whispers of the dead, and it's slowly driving him insane.
Oh, okay.
He mutters to himself frequently. He can't give speeches. His thoughts are often clouded by dark thoughts of hell and evil. It's not something you would wish on anyone.
No.
It's right and proper to have him cured of this affliction.
Yes, yes.
And it would also give us an opportunity to aid our friends as well.
Yes. Okay, so she says, I will speak to the Lady Serena, and I will come back to you and let you know. We will plan to leave in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right, my aides will take your wounded to the hospital, and one of my guards will take you to the barracks. You should have no problem quartering there for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Back to the weak sun. Let's get it.
Yep. Okay. Well, now at this point, let us do the loyalty checks of our comrades here, and that's a good place to end the session, I think. So.
If the ones that want to get that magical heal and want to get magical heal, they will have to come with us.
Right.
We can't bring the shrine to them. So
That's right. And that is who needs that? Who needs that?
Reyes
Zayadon and Horace.
and
Yeah.
Agalor.
Agalor, right. And Higlak. Okay, yeah, sure.
Except Taylor's already been healed by it, so he can't.
Oh.
no, you can get healed again. It's just going to give you another quest.
Maybe.
Well, let's find out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Agalor. His morale his loyalty is currently at -2. Oh, actually, sorry, it's -1 because you got treatment for his. He's at -1.
So it's 2d6 minus 1?
Yep.
Oh.
All right. Aguilar says everything seems brighter and louder. Yeah. Aguilar says I think adventuring is not for me. I'll accompany you back to the shrine, but then I'll be returning to Turostem.
Hey, things might change for him once he gets that.
Yeah. Well, we'd like to continue to discuss with you your continued employment.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to accompany us.
All right. Let's go now to Horaeus.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
All right.
What we gave you, we can take back.
All right, so Horaeus suffered 2 calamities and 1 healing, so he's at a morale of 2 right now, loyalty of 2. So go ahead and roll for him, please.
2d6 plus 2 or minus
Yep, 2d6 plus 2.
2?
That's right. Horaeus. Oh, it's not bad.
All right. So Horaeus is grudgingly loyal. His loyalty drops by 1, but he's willing to stick around. Okay. Let's see. Then we go to Zayadana. All right. Now she had taken 2, but then she got healed. And then you had also given her the Exquisitrix outfit. So she's at 2. So you're at 2d6 plus 2.
All right, Zayadana. You got this. Oh, no!
It wasn't Snake Eyes.
All right. Zayadana says, I also agree that I think I have a different calling. I will be departing after I am restored to my connection to the divine. The fact that I lost my connection to the divine tells me this is the wrong path.
Or is it?
It means Arya is going to wear the armor.
What? You gave me the armor.
No, Donna, we will have much to discuss on the way there. Perhaps once you are healed, the tiara will grant you a vision of what comes next.
She says, I guess we'll see. Okay, awesome.
We still have several more.
Oh, do you?
Scavenus was downed. Griffin leveled.
You're right.
that's it.
Okay, so Scavenus was down, so his loyalty dropped to 1. Okay. So go ahead, roll 2d6 plus 1 for Mr. Scavenus. Okay, so his loyalty drops to 0 as he becomes grudgingly loyal. All right, Scavenus is like, well, at least my dog didn't get hurt. Okay, and who was the last one?
The Griffin leveled.
And Griffin. So Griffin leveled, his loyalty goes up to 3, and he needs to roll 2d6 plus 3.
My dice didn't show up, but it's showing 9 on the side.
26.
You rolled a d26, Jonathan. That's not the right roll.
Horror
My dice didn't show up.
roll.
That's a really lousy roll for a D. There we go.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Griffin is actually aflamed with loyalty, and he's like, under your command, I have slain a dragon. I have driven off a carcass scavenger. Clearly, I'm cut out to be a hero. Except that because of his sort of squeaky voice, and it comes out more like, I clearly am cut out to be a hero. Everyone will know my name.
That's right, Griffin. Come with me.
He has a punchable face, and you're just like, oh. Smiles at you with his bad teeth, and he says, the ladies will love Lord Griffin. All right. So Griffin is jealously loyal. Okay, good. Do you want to pick your spell while we're here and thinking about it, Willie?
No, I'm not prepared to do that right now.
Okay.
If it's okay if we wait.
Yeah, just, figure it out for next session then.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay. And so what we'll probably do is just next session, we'll advance the timeline pretty rapidly, unless bad things happen, maybe.
We have to go visit the rector or whatever is not rector, the praetor or whatever.
That's right.
The guy
You got to visit him tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll do that. All right. So we'll start the next section there, and we'll see if we get through the 2 weeks.
and then lots of purchases.
Alex, yeah, would you put the treasure in the chat? Because then I can, in the meantime, I can do the restocking.
What are the chances of finding a silver short sword, or does that have to be commissioned?
You'd have to commission it.
But silver daggers are around some.
Yes.
So, question: if I was fighting, because I normally fight with a short sword and dagger, if I was to fight with a short sword and silver dagger, would I be able to get the bonus for two-handed, but do dagger damage against silver things?
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. That's correct.
So I'll just get a silver dagger, but I'll send you my shopping list, Sean.
So you basically have 21. You basically got 2,100 GP in cash, Sean. Plus whatever's in the mysterious chest. You also have the cloak, and then you have the sword, which you could in theory take to the Tower of Knowledge to be identified if you'd like. But I don't know if you guys trust the Tower of Knowledge right now.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern control.
If we did, we would take it to the one in Cipheron. I'm sorry, in Ceodanos on the way, but I don't think we need to. I think we're pretty confident in what they are.
You know the command word for the power.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. You still have Abimbola with you. You probably should figure out what you're going to do with that guy.
Yeah. So the next one is we're going to go and negotiate him with Liber Faunus and move some of the other stuff.
Should we ask the priestess if? He said. Oh, never mind. We already covered the not healing. Where ratness.
Okay, so for next session, so tonight you're going to go see Liber Faunus
Yes.
after dropping off the wounded, and then tomorrow you go see the prelate, and then 14 days later, you will set out.
Hey, in terms of silvering weapons, can you just have a silver head put on a cudgel or a staff? So I get the same effect if you just sheath the end of it with silver.
Yes, you can. You just have to specifically commission it. They're not like available on the market. You have to hire a guy.
Sure. But to me, that seems like fairly straightforward versus actually crafting a silver sword. Just wrapping a band of silver around a wooden stick seems fairly straightforward. Do you think, is it the same kind of effort in crafting a weapon like that? Like just a blunt cudgely kind of thing?
I think it depends whether or not you want it to last. Like you could certainly do it very cheaply, just put the cloth of silver over it. But then as soon as you start to hit people with it, the silver will fall off. So what'll make it expensive and time consuming is, making it, you can use it in battle repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And
that makes sense.
And then that's a good reminder that we should get silver weapons for the folks that don't have magic weapons.
Yeah. Who took the cloak, by the way?
Tyranius.
Yeah, Tyranius.
Tyranius has the cloak, and who has the sword? The elven sword.
We haven't did that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been great. Well, no, Horaeus already has a magic weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could offer it to Zeodara as a look. We'll give you the sword as well if you stay.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
But do we want to give it to her, or do we want to, because then if she leaves, we lose it.
That's right.
That's right. But the thing is, if you give it, if you actually gift it to the henchmen, it boosts their loyalty and their willingness to stay. So.
Yep.
So because Grant's already got a killer sword, Horace has got a magic weapon already.
Bomber
obviously you. And we have another magic hammer or a magic mace.
We got 2 magic maces.
Yeah.
You have 2 magic maces. Yeah.
Tyranius needs like a magic staff.
Raymond has one.
Well,
Right.
yeah. Well, actually, mine is a hammer, isn't it?
No, it's a mace.
It's a mace. I always envisioned it as a hammer because of the 2 snake heads on it. I guess. So.
Oh, sure. I mean, I guess they're virtually identical weapons. So.
Yeah.
Whatever seems. Yes, the Bombar's got the +1 mace. Raymond's got a +1 mace. And then we have Blood Drinker. Black.
Griffin says, "Hey, I killed a demon. I killed the carrion crawler. I should have a magic weapon."
Zayda, did you guys hear anything?
And Aguilar jumps.
Arya says, I don't know. I can't even make out his voice. It's so nasal. Did he say something?
He killed the king cockroach.
Another question: how many quivers of arrows can you carry without being stupid?
It's just encumbrance. Each quiver of arrow counts as an item. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just I just had this vision of somebody lugging around 100 quivers of arrows would be, of course, stupid. So
No, it's just the encumbrance rules. So 6 items is a stone, 5 stone encumbers, 7 stone heavily encumbers, 10 stone very heavily encumbers.
So
I just know the last mission I went through almost 20 arrows, so I need 2 quivers.
Yeah.
Real quick, Alex, for that magic weapon, how much of a benefit would it give Zaydana?
+3. So you'd roll again for loyalty with +3. If that's what you're asking.
+3 total, and my charisma bonus doesn't factor into that.
It's already been factored into her.
Okay.
So her current loyalty is at 1. And so then you get a +3 bonus on the roll. So you'd be at an overall +4.
4.
So, I mean, it's basically, if you didn't get a natural 2, you'd at least keep her.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's worth it, guys, because I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me open.
Blade dancers are quite hard to find.
Yeah,
because we need a divine spellcaster.
Yeah. Yes. So that's the thing. So it's another divine spellcaster, which will help us with with the healing rod. So that's one benefit right there. The next is her spell selection is different from mine in some ways. So like she has like Bane Rune, for example. I don't. So that's helpful there. And with the corset, she has an AC of 10. So we'll have 2 divine spellcasters in the party with 10 AC that can be in the front line and cast spells. And yeah. So I mean, and she can do healing too. Not as good as a priestess, but actually, does she have healing? Hold on, does she have?
Yeah. They have blade dancers have limited healing, not as much as priestesses, but
yeah, not as much as priestesses, but she can do. So she'll have healing spells plus be able to use the rod, plus all that. So
yeah,
Right.
I mean, yeah, I think it's worth it. Yeah, it may be worth it because even with the sword, then she'll be able to put Bane Rune on somebody else instead of using it on herself. So, but maybe we don't have to make that decision right this moment. Maybe we could do it right at the fountain, right? So,
Well, you've sold Tyrannius on it with your explanation.
Yeah.
I have no issue either way. So let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Agreed. Plus, I mean,
All right,
the
dude,
sword
make
in
the roll
her
then.
hands could.
Plus, Tyrannius is tired of hearing your loud, booming voice explain all this 3 times.
Zaha says, I agree. Anything to get that damn crusader to shut up.
all right.
Oh, nice roll, Newton. Okay. So you give her the magic sword, and Arya rolls her eyes in absolute frustration. And she's like, well, obviously I need to die so I can get some magic items. She storms off bitchily. Zayadana says, if you value me so highly, how could I turn down the opportunity to stay with the Grey Brotherhood? Of course, my liege. And then she starts playing with her new sword. All right. She's very excited.
Wasn't this the sword that cut her in half?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why she's very excited. That's why she's very excited to have it. Yeah.
Oh shit! You're right. I didn't even think about that in those terms, but yeah.
With the roll of 12, does her loyalty actually go up on the second one?
That goes up. It goes back up a point. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
It's a good thing we didn't roll badly on that.
Yeah, that
I'm
would
really pissed off. You're giving me the sword that killed me?
right.
What's wrong with you?
That was the natural ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, all right, guys. Well, look, it just hit midnight. That was a great session. Congratulations. Good experience points. Really solid advancement of a lot of interesting narrative story hooks for you guys to pursue. And at the end of the day, you got out of there a lot. When I rolled that carrion crawler, I really thought you guys were fucked because I figured I would just paralyze the 2 lead guys and then start cleaving in and just, the Grey Brotherhood's like heavy armor defense strategy in the front line is hilarious. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for a great session.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
It was fun.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
it was.
Good night for now.
Good night, all.
Good night.
On in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Huzzah.